Alright, so we're back for another exciting video. The last few days or so I've been working on this thing. I got the inner rocker in all the way, and then got the holes matched up. There's 4 holes, 2 here and 2 behind this outside rocker, and then there's 2 at the back that hold this on. So I had taken my measurement, tried to make sure all that was right for the distance from the edge here, for the door gap, and then for the bottom of the rocker here. I had some measuring marks that I had made before I took the old stuff off. And unfortunately, so much time had passed, it took me a while to figure out my own notes. But I got this down leg piece on first, and then got this located and bolted up, and then did the outside, or the rocker cab corner. Got that on, and I screwed up on the other side. If you remember that one, it was like way out and didn't fit properly, and I had to do some stuff to try to make it work and whatnot. But what I did this time was I started from this edge and worked my way around this way to over there, which is opposite of what I had done on the other side, where I started on this side and then came around, and then it didn't fit up properly in here, and then it was a mess. But you know, it's the first one I did, so you know, you always learn from that one. So this one actually went on very quickly. I was able to get it on and tacked in and in place and then fully welded, and I still gotta finish grind those welds. It'll need a little bit of filler probably right here for this gap and whatever, but you know, I'm not a body man. This isn't what I do, so I think it turned out pretty good. At least now we got some solid metal, and you know, now this side's almost done. This is why you measure twice, cut once. And then I've got to build a panel to fill in this gap here for the bottom of the kick panel. And I think next, after I finish out all of this bottom part, the finish welding and fill metal, I'll start on these. I guess this is like, well, this is where the outside air comes in through this vent up in there. So I'll cut this on out, try to make somewhat of a template, and then fix the inside here of the kick panel, cut out what I can, or cut out all the rust where this hole is, get to the good metal, and just try to fix all that. So that's where we're at on this thing. Just want to take some time to try to get back on it, you know, because it's been sitting over here, and now with the onset of winter, I know it doesn't get that cold around here, but half of it's hanging out from under the door. And I wanted to get this thing finished up while it was still on this chassis, and then I'll take the cab off the chassis, and then so I can close the door. And probably what I'm going to end up doing is cutting this roof off. Probably going to cut it here and then halfway here, and just do the whole roof off of that other truck up there. I mean, obviously I'll look at it real good before I commit, but I mean, this one's got just so much rust. On this bottom part, the top part, there's some braces in here, above the door right there. I mean, it's just, you know, typical 67 to 72 C-10 stuff. So, I mean, I've gotten a lot done. It's hard to tell, really, just because there's just so much rust on them. And the funny thing is I have two 55 Ford trucks at my dad's house, and I was looking at them while we were over there for the holidays, and those things are in great shape. There's no, I mean, there's a little bit of rust on the bottom of the cab corner on those, but all the rust issues that this thing has, that Ford didn't have any issues like this. So I don't know why they designed the bodies like this, because I was thinking about it last night. This is a 70 cab, and these rockers and all had already been replaced, and then they were shot again. So I don't understand that. I guess it's just they just hold water in places, or and apparently it doesn't matter where the truck's from. Typically you try to find a southern truck or whatever, and to avoid the rust and everything. But again, I guess it's just a C-10 thing, but that's where we're at on it. I hadn't forgot about this thing. I think the last time I worked on this truck this cab was in September, and then I got pulled off and was doing customer stuff and everything, and just haven't had a chance to get back to this. So I was glad to finally get this done, because I don't like leaving stuff unfinished like this. And it's just, again, this whole thing this whole thing turned into way more of a project than I ever anticipated. I just thought I was going to be able to set a drivetrain in it, do all my hot rod stuff to it, get the stamps and all right on it, paint it, finish out the interior, and just stuff like that. I had no idea that I was going to have to be getting this deep into rust repair, and I mean, it's been a learning experience. I mean, it's always worth doing, so that's about where we're at on this thing. Once I get the lift cleared up, we're still about the same place on the Caprice. I got the cross member made. I think I showed y'all that. And then I bought me a new welding helmet finally. The other one I couldn't see out of it anymore. Now look these headers up. These headers are about $800 or $1,000 or something. They're TSP long tubes for a Camaro, 5th gen Camaro. So probably going to be selling those. And I put the other exhaust, or that exhaust I got from Daytona, under here. And then my tips actually came in today, and they fit the shape of the bumper cover pretty good. So I was happy about that, because I didn't really like how it looked with a 3-inch pipe with those, I mean, they didn't look good. So I got these, and coincidentally they came through Wuhan, China, so there's another outbreak. You know who to blame. Haven't got the converter. I looked at my invoice from Circle D. It was supposed to be here the 15th of December, and maybe they meant next year, not this year. Haven't heard anything back from the drive shaft. I got the transcooler mounted, the lines blown out, everything ready to go on it. Just, like I say, just waiting. And, with the holidays, I guess, I'm sure Cyber Monday, they probably had a bunch of orders and everything on converters, because like I say, it was a pretty good price. So I did a catch can. I don't know if I showed that last time. Bought one of these oil cap adapters to go in there to a dash 10, and then on this valve cover I pulled out the little nipple, drilled and tapped it to a 1/2-inch pipe, and put a fitting in there so we can have proper ventilation on there, so it doesn't build up too much pressure in the engine. And but yeah, I got the trans cooler mounted down in there in the factory location. Used a factory bracket and made a little bracket on the bottom and everything. So it's a good bit bigger than the stock one, and it doesn't have that thermostat housing thing that doesn't allow fluid flow through it until the transmission gets to a certain temperature. So you know, deleted all that, and that's all done. The 90's still in it. I'm not going to take it out till I get the converter and the drive shaft. But like I say, I don't know where they are on all that stuff. I guess, like I say, with the holidays, they're probably backed up and whatnot. But you know, I don't understand why they would give the delivery date of the 15th, and I think the day, I don't know what today is, the 28th or 9th, I don't know. It's Friday after Christmas. So that's where we're at on this thing. I haven't heard anything on the engine on this. Hopefully be getting it soon, because that'll be next on the list. We got a couple other exciting things coming down the pipeline. I've got a 57 Chevrolet car, Bel Air thing I'm supposed to be doing the coming year. And my little cousin got a Jeep, which I hate Jeeps, but he likes Jeeps, so, and he's my cousin, so I'll help him out. But it's LS swapped. Well, you know, LS swapped in the fact that they put an engine and transmission in it, and I got to do everything else. So I think he traded some stuff and got that thing, so he's supposed to be bringing it up this weekend, and then I'm going to try to get it going for him, so he can drive around in the woods or do whatever he's going to do with that. I can't think of anything else going on right now, but yeah, I'll be excited to get this thing back together. It's been down for I don't know how long, but when you do stuff like this, it takes time. So especially being there in the holidays and all. So anyway, that's it for now.